Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Living the Treaty.
It is time that people recognize that disabled people can function.
People in the community will see us as contributors.
My experience was when I came out of high school, all I knew was that I had to go to a day program. I didn't know that I could go to college. I didn't know that I could have a job.
Hello, my name is Robert M. Taylor. I'm a member of the California Department of Developmental Services Consumer Advisory Committee.
Before we can live the lives we want, we must first understand and know our basic rights as human beings. Human rights are what people need to live with dignity and enjoy freedom. The treaty assures people with disabilities dignity, inclusion, and a choice. Nobody has more human rights than anyone else. Every day, people with disabilities are living the treaty. They are making decisions in their life to live independently and being respected for their choices. Knowing your rights can help you live as full citizens in your communities. This video will show people living the treaty successfully every day.
This treaty will help us teach other people in our communities how we live our lives.
Living the treaty in the community. These individual stories will show how people are living independently and being included in their own communities. Article 7. Children with disabilities treated equally. Children have the same rights to be included in society as anybody else.
I have an inclusion vision because my son is a part of this community, and I've got a plan to help him be part of the community.
My message to the parents is treat your son or daughter equally. Look at them for who they are as a person. Look beyond their disability, because if you don't do it, other people won't. They have to see your example.
I'd like for her to become self-sufficient, make her own choices, have a career, meaningful relationships, and very important to be able to contribute to her chosen community.
Article 9. Accessibility. Access to information. New technology. Sign language interpreters. Signs and easy read. And Braille. As an advocate, Miguel makes decisions on committees that affect his peers. Here, he talks about the importance of accessible materials.
Plain language for me means words that are used in everyday life. As a leader advocate, I receive many packages through the mail that are very thick and very long. We're not in a legal environment. There's no need to use words that most people don't even understand. Being part of a process and putting materials together guarantees that my point of view will be taken into consideration.
Article 11, Emergencies. People are properly protected when there are risky situations for everyone. A basic right of all people is to have access to medical care, food, shelter, and help with personal needs from local community resources during a disaster or emergency.
Why does feeling safe, being safe, a good approach?
Karen, I think the reason it's a good approach is one, it was put together by people with disabilities who understand what's important to them as opposed to what we think is important to them. I think the other thing is it's simple. It's a think, plan, do approach. You don't have to remember a lot.
Article 12, being treated equally by the law. People with disabilities are to be respected by the law like everyone else. People have the same right to make their own decisions about important things. People should have the proper support they need when making decisions.
One way that I'm living the treaty today is by making a medical decision. At first it was a hard decision for me to make. It was overwhelming. Person I went to talk to my mom, and then I wrote down some questions to ask the doctor.
You said a minute ago that it was a little overwhelming at first. Sometimes when we get information from the doctor, there are words that we don't understand.
Right.
And so how did you work through that?
I brought Jim with me as my support, because what I couldn't understand, he was able to break down some of the words, what the doctors were saying.
How did the people around you help you understand?
They helped me understand it by kind of talking slowly to me.
Sounds like you've made your own decision.
I made the right decision, and not someone made the decision for me.
How's it feel?
It felt good, really good. Yeah. One thing I would like other people to know is that they have the right to make their own decisions.
Article 19, independent living and being part of the community. People with disabilities have the same choices as everyone else about how they live and being part of their communities.
For me, living in the community is everything. It's my freedom. I get to choose to where I go, who I want at my house, who I don't. I joined a group, the doggy group, and we had a big barbecue. I was a little afraid at first. They're really good with the dogs. Everybody has a great time. I know a lot of people over there. We just talk, we just walk around, watch the dogs, laugh at them. It's just a really, really great park, and there's good people there. Everybody respects one another. Around the corner from my house, I go to a store every day. I met some people, and we love to talk and play jokes on each other. I love the relationship we have, and I know that if I hadn't walked into that store, I know that I would have never had it.
Connecting to the local businesses in your neighborhood can create opportunities of friendship and community networks.
My name is Missy Reynolds and I live in Santa Barbara, California. And I go to my local bookstore where they have Taste for Tuesday, and it's for everybody. We come together and they talk about the newest DVDs and CDs and books. I've met friends who I see every week. It's important so that people feel like they're a person first, and they don't focus on their disability. They just have normal lives.
Article 27. Work. People have a right to work, have equal job rights, rules, and pay. People have a right to work training and have a right to own their own businesses.
I went into the store, got to know the people. I got to know the manager, then the other people that worked there. Thought it would be a good environment for me because I love to work with people. It felt really good to work with the people that I got to know.
How did you get your job?
I asked my dad had to find a job, what kind of things I need to do that can save all of my money, that can buy my own car and a house, that I can have my own family.
What kind of job do you do?
I've been working at Mission Line Uniforms 18 years, and I separate shirts and then when I finish, I do bags, blue and brown.
How has this job made a difference in your life?
Makes difference. Like that, I can go to the doctor, and like that, I can go to a lot of places. Like in the weekend, like that, we can go to the movies. So we can go to the mall, or we can go to eat at the restaurants. All you can eat, like a buffet.
The fact that we are out in the community and having our own jobs and working, or maybe our own business, makes us a part of the equal world. The fact that people might say, well, you have a disability and you can't work in our society, well, they're all wrong. People with disabilities are working out there and owning their own business. They're there every day. They work all day long. They give 100%.
Having an inclusive life means that a person with disabilities has the same choices as everyone else about how they live and being part of their communities. Living the treaty, organizations and agencies. Working in partnership with organizations and agencies can be the stepping stone to independence and achieving full community membership.
Hello, my name is Jackie Dillard Foss. I know that over the years of running an agency that serves people with developmental disabilities, what I've seen as critical parts of success for those individuals is that they lived in a home that they chose, in an inclusive community setting, and that they had employment that brought them above the poverty line and gave them economic power and strength.
Increasing access to information can help a person take charge of their life.
My name is Leslie Ann Ezell. I'm the Executive Director of Area Board 9. And area boards fall under the State Council on Developmental Disabilities. One of the things that we've learned, accessibility is key. The standard way that we've done things, which is in very small typeface, a lot of verbal, very little sort of graphics, had just not worked. We then moved to something that was a lot more visually rich, a lot less words, but explaining things through diagrams. For our strategic plan, we utilize Think, Plan, Do that was developed by the Consumer Advisory Committee.
By thinking about and understanding information, people will know how to be a part of their community, join the professional workforce with confidence, and live life to the fullest. Living as one community.